capture a wanted fugitive. When we got there, it tore through our unit in seconds.
Ain't that about a biatch? Hey, look, I was just saying that that I that sound that was suggested by Hugger and Baron. So if you feel like that just filled the whole thing out, that was just like the the salt on the steak, if you will. It was them. It wasn't even me. That being said,
Yeah.
we not
No.
finna sit here and act like that Mortal Kombat trailer wasn't just the flyest shit y'all seen all month. And Baron just asked me what my favorite part was. It's gotta be the part where Scorpion and Sub Zero was fighting like full ninja out, and this man took the blood that he just cut from Sub Zero veins and made, I mean from Scorpion veins, and made a dagger out of it and stabbed him with it. That said,
How,
welcome,
how
welcome, welcome.
disrespectful is that?
Disrespectful. Welcome, 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 y'all. You have leveled up to level 15. This is the Peep Game Podcast, where we are under zero, count 'em, zero obligation to be anything resembling professional. And we're not about to start now. I
Said
am.
I can't read.
Hey man, I'm your host, man, Dallas man, here with my homie and co-host and good brother Baron J67,
They call me Lord Pixelated.
the safe man of the group, the safe black man, the safe black
They
voice that
say-
you hear every week, that you heard this week talking about the Nintendo Direct on Level
yes.
One Gaming's news update.
What up, Jay?
Hey,
We got Jay and Hustle.
what's good, y'all, man? Look, how y'all doing this week? Before we get into it, y'all tell me about your weeks. Tell me about your day. How y'all feeling right now? Cause I'm feeling
What
pretty
is?
pretty all right. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
You know what, man? I took a chill week from streaming because I just felt like I needed a break, and then I messed up my knee like an idiot lifting weights, but it's all good. It's all good.
Baron
We
say,
out here.
I used to be an adventurer like you.
Yeah. Then I took an arrow to the knee. Man, all right. If this is any man, look, let me stop. All I know is it hurt. She was hurt.
Man, say, look,
But
man.
hey, no, that Mortal Kombat trailer though, man. Without, I'm excited. Goro actually looked like Goro. What more can I ask for? Like
Hey,
life is simple. Simple things, the simple pleasures in life.
man, I'm just like I can't get over that moment. Like it was a whole bunch of dope moments. The moment everybody want to talk about is Jax getting his arms froze. Mind you, let's keep in perspective. Every dope moment everybody talking about came from Sub Zero. Let's just lay that on the table real quickly.
That is true.
They all came from Sub Zero. This man grabbed Jax by the arms and froze them shits and crushed them off.
He said, "Yo, the arms is mine."
This
He
man
said,
did
"Give me them
not do
arms."
Sub Zero didn't do him like y'all. The thing opened up with people walking through a place that he just an apartment building that he just froze.
He
We
said, "You don't want these problems."
we not finna sit here and act like every move Sub Zero did in that trailer didn't qualify as a fatality. Every last
Yeah.
one of them.
Hey, do you think we're gonna get a movie game?
Uh,
Hey, they all go. What was those files called? FMV, not FMV. What were those damn games called? Um, damn it.
you trying to get us another
Uh,
Dragon Ball Evolution game?
ooh,
Mm-mm.
and it's all like their faces mapped on like it's Nintendo
Mm-mm.
64.
Well,
Like
we
they're all
had
stuck
Chow
like this.
Yun Fat playing freaking Master Roshi. Y'all need y'all ass whooped for that. You finna make me
Bro,
go on a whole rant. Look, y'all.
I'm talking
Uh,
about Dark Origins.
yeah, it's already started off bad and messed up and dark, and it's gonna turn to something bright, sunny, happy, and fly. And that also ties into the title of today's show, Dark Origins, where basically we talking about stuff that started out, well, not started out, stuff that right now is kind of like known as kids' properties for the most part, family friendly at the very least. But it really started out as some gangster shit, for lack of a better phrase. That's pretty much what it was. So, let me see what I want to get started with. I think I want to start with just the most obvious. Like, truth be told, before we even really get into it, it's not gonna be that long of a show this time around, y'all.
True.
Yeah, but so I want to start with just the most obvious. Kind of started off dark and ended up a kids property type show slash game slash franchise. The one we all know and love.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Turtle power. Yeah, you gotta give them.
Hey, bro, no lie, that was one of the best arcade games on earth.
The best.
Like,
we ran and played
man.
that, and then we ran and played The Simpsons.
Yep, hands down. But give these folks the origin story for these guys.
Hey, check this out. Did y'all know that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was actually based off of Daredevil? Straight up, it's a parody of the Daredevil comics from Marvel. Marvel's gonna be a common thread in all this. We'll get back to that. Like, y'all don't realize, y'all think DC gets dark, but Marvel used to get real dark. That being said, it's straight up a parody. And Hustle, we talked about this when y'all was doing the watch party of the first Ninja Turtles movie. The hand in Daredevil is the foot in Ninja Turtles. What else is just the fact that they run across the rooftops? The whole origin story, come to think of it, they actually could have got their powers at the same time.
The green ooze.
Yep, the ooze into the eyes that ended up going down into the sewer, which ended up going down into a rat and his 4 turtle sons. I don't know, man. It's all there. It's all right in your face. It's all, the martial arts. Mind you, Stick was the one that trained Matt Murdock, right?
True.
A little tiny piece of a stick is a splinter.
You know what bothers me, bro? All these years, I never put that together.
Nah.
Like that didn't even dawn on me. Like Stick from Splinter, or Splinter from Stick.
He was today years old, y'all, when he learned it.
See, what's so dope about it is it adds that much more depth to it. And then you can even play off of like what you just said, how the ooze that hit Matt Murdock in the face dripped down the sewers and created the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like, it could literally be within the same exact universe. And then who usually writes TMT comics? Is it like Dark Horse or something? Or is it Marvel?
Who wrote these to begin?
I don't know who usually does their, like, who just did Ronin. Who ended up being the last Ronin that just came out?
Mirage.
Oh, Mirage.
All in all by Mirage Studios, yeah.
Okay. Because they actually just did a recent run. But no, dude, and it's crazy how something, how they more like, I wonder, did up front that they just have little kids in mind? Was it just riding the wave of Marvel? You know what I mean? Because you look at what it is now, it kind of stopped trying to age with us. Not on the TV show aspect, because a lot of shows they try to scale up and make more adult. Like, hell, we're about to get Powerpuff Girls, like teenage angsty adult drama. So it's crazy to see like that we haven't gotten. Well, actually, take that back. We did just recently, within the last like 4 or 5 years, get a damn Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle like movie, and it was funny and it had some kid moments in it, but they dealt with some real heavy stuff, like the beef between Ralph and Leonardo.
We're not gonna act like we're not gonna sit here and act like as much as it's a kid's thing and it gets accepted as a kid thing, it's gritty. It started gritty.
Oh yeah, it's gritty.
It continued to be gritty. What's up with you, Fame? Like, we're not gonna act like Splinter didn't get murdered at the end or attempted murder, because there was a movie after with him. I said Splinter. My bad. Splinter got his ass beat though. Shredder. Splinter really did get his ass beat though. We're not gonna act like that didn't happen too. That was cruelty to animals. That's some type of crime right there. We never act like little kids wasn't smoking cigarettes,
Smoking with
and
cigarettes.
stealing money. The kids were smoking cigarettes and stealing money in the first movie. Yeah, it kind of went down. That being said, let's see. Oh, using a tax refund and a loan from Eastman's uncle. Mind you, Eastman is Kevin Eastman, the co-creator. Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird are the two people that created Ninja Turtles. But yeah, using the tax refund and a loan, they formed Mirage Studios, self-published, and self-published a single issue comic book that would parody Daredevil, Ronin, and X-Men: The New Mutants.
Shit.
Yeah, basically. The traffic accident that struck the traffic accident and truck carrying radioactive waste that caused the turtles' mutation was an allusion to Daredevil's origin. The name Splinter is a parody of Daredevil's master Stick. The foot serves as a parody of the Ninja Clan in Daredevil called the Hand. So yeah,
Bro, see, shit like this, and I would have never known if you didn't tell me about it. And it just adds that much more depth, and it makes the Ninja Turtles even cooler, in my opinion. And then it also shows that very few things are random. I always love like finding out the crazy origin story for how something came about, or when somebody's describing a story. Like when I think of horror movies, like Leprechaun, like clearly there was an origin there, or the first dude to draw up a dragon. Like, what did you see to make you think of a dragon? Did you see a big ass alligator somewhere? Did you see, you know what I mean? Like, what did you read? What did you come across to inspire that? Because
and they always got a crazy story about how they got inspired by it. Like if you ask the first dude to draw a dragon, he'll probably tell you who he really saw that bit. He'll say, yeah, I saw a dragon for real.
yeah. Oh, don't get me down that road, because I can go for hours about, like, especially when you get to a certain time period when telling lies at a scale that they like why would a caveman draw something just for fun? Like it like they clearly just seen something. And then sidebar, my brother was showing me prehistoric deer. Um yeah, them shits was like big ass Pokemon.
Really?
Like I couldn't imagine like a 32-point buck running around the size of a moose. Like,
I need to see this. That sounds kind of dope.
yeah, like, looking like Pokemon Y. Like it's out there all majestic and demonic at the same time. Like,
Man,
why is that
now
big
just
ass
imagine
creature?
it was people taking that down with a stick and a knife.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Man,
And knife is being generous. It was a sharp rock.
Yes, he said a sharp rock. He said, I'm out there all you hear clink, clink, clink.
I choose you.
Man, to feed my family. But no, so with the what was next with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle? This fool out there, he said being generous, calling him like it was a sharp ass rock.
Hey.
But no, dude, it's wild as hell. You know what? Like, I got one.
What's crazy though? Ninja Turtles went from being like a dark parody, like the their dark twisted fantasy basically, of Daredevil, right? And X-Men.
Got you.
To coming out and, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, my very favorite, up until recently, my very, very favorite Ninja Turtles memory just of all time was Power Rangers in Space. When they got brainwashed and they was evil, and the four of them beat 6 Rangers, like whooped they ass. I mean, like, mopped the flow with them, and only stopped because they was told to. Only stopped because they had to. Like, mopped the flow with all the Rangers, 4 dudes. And this wasn't even the cool Turtles. This wasn't even like the original Turtles or like the Secret of the Ooze Turtles. This was like, you remember when they used to have a TV show, like a live action TV show that came with a girl turtle?
No.
And they was fighting dragons, like you don't
was
remember
fighting
this
Baby Godzilla? No.
Oh, you got I got some stuff for you. Maybe I need to do a series of videos because nobody ever seems to remember that the Ninja Turtles had a live action TV show. And
oh jeez.
And it was based off the last movie, like where the last movie, live action movie, left off, where they was living like in the subway tunnels and stuff, and they found like a dope new little place. The beginning of the show picked up where the end of the last movie left off.
Bro, they looked hungry and shit too. They didn't
Yeah.
have to look so sickly.
They got weird and rugged. They shells was kind of different, but yeah, they beat the hell out the Power Rangers.
Oh God.
Yeah.
This is a nightmare.
Yeah. It's pandemonium. It's a
Like
Spartan.
this got approved.
Mm-hmm.
Ninja Turtles, the next mutation.
Oh yeah, and then we're not gonna act like they didn't turn around and fight the Justice League after that. No, fight Batman by himself. Okay,
They did square off with Batman.
I think this is proof though, because I don't know if y'all read that comic, but Batman beat their ass.
Yeah, and in the movie show, the animated movie as well.
Batman, so that's proof. Batman could beat the hell out of Power Rangers by himself.
Does it work that way though? And I just gotta argue for the sake of arguing. But
If the Turtles
work that way though?
If the Turtles beat the shit out the Power Rangers, 4 of them beat the hell out of 6 Rangers. And then
Maybe they was sick.
One Batman popped. No, that was good. That was at full strength. This was Power Rangers in space. This was one of the strongest teams out there.
He said maybe they was sick.
Like this was a good season. This was back when I was still watching Power Rangers like clockwork.
Bro, I got a weird like love hate for Batman. I be wanting to see him get his ass kicked. Like watching him get beat up by Bane actually made me feel good.
That was his worst moment.
Yeah,
just as a man, that was his worst moment.
Yeah, because he was broken down. And I don't know, man. Because when you look at Batman, he is the absolute worst and best of us. Like of humanity. Mm-hmm. He's the worst and best in the same fucking token. Because how is it like remember this dude was getting ready to destroy Apocalypse. He only reason Earth got spared, not because Superman beat up Darkseid, not because Wonder Woman was throwing hand, none of this. It was because Batman had placed bombs all over the planet and threatened Darkseid, I will destroy this place if you don't leave it alone. And Darkseid was just like, you know what? Only a human could do this. Like Superman wouldn't have did this. Wonder Woman wouldn't have done this. They don't have it in them. Only a human. And I was like, damn, he right. Because we the only ones gritty enough. And I mean, dark origin stories. I mean, that alleyway of truth. Do we want to see Thomas and Martha Wayne get murdered anymore? Or are we kind of?
Oh no, we good. There's one way I'm down to see it. One way, and that's if it's done in Flashpoint.
Ooh.
Because if we get to see Thomas and Martha Wayne that became Batman and the Joker, and then one of them gets murdered, okay, I'm with it.
Ooh. Because yeah, that would be a dope ass way. Because Thomas did become Batman, and he was out there throwing bullets, not batarangs. He was throwing bat bullets.
We all nerds here. But for those of y'all who are not completely familiar with the Flashpoint universe in DC,
I just spoiled a lot. I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's something that you find out as soon as you get there. And they about to make a movie about it. So,
true. But
basically, in the Flashpoint universe, the Flash goes back in time because he can run that fast, so he can go back in time. He finds out he can do that, so he goes back to save his mama who died, when he was a kid or whatever. So he does it, and it messes up the whole DC universe to the point where Thomas and Martha Wayne didn't get killed. They didn't get shot in that alley. Bruce did. And so his parents go crazy, and Thomas Wayne becomes Batman, and Martha Wayne becomes the Joker.
Yep. And what was so dope is that Batman, Thomas Wayne Batman, rolled around with he looked like Batman, but he ran around fighting people like Red Hood, except it wasn't blanks. Thomas Wayne. Oh yeah. Hey, sincere.
Hey, what's good with it? Hey, we got a party in here now.
I know, that's what I'm saying, and I feel bad because they got to look at the pixelated version of me.
Yeah.
It's all good.
You go from crispy to pixelated, from like crispy again to looking like two Sims having sex again, and woohoo as they call it. You.
Is that really what they call it in The Sims? They call it woohoo.
Woohoo. Yep.
Wow. See, what's so bad about it is that's why I'm trying to stay still because I'm usually super animated, but I'm over here. I feel like a news prompter. So that's just in. Thomas Wayne portrays Batman, and he goes around shooting bad guys.
Why you
Bad
sound like
guys
the
do not
copper
come
never
back.
take you alive?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
see?
See,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, no, but no. You know what kills me is I feel like DC will constantly uses the Flash as a retcon tool. Like
Mhm.
even though in real talk, when you think about it, I think the Flash outside of no, I say the Flash. I think the Flash has probably the worst like not the worst. He has he has the worst time dealing with his everything. Cuz you got to think, he literally carries the memories of multiple flashpoints with him. This man has watched whole universes die multiple times, and they just did it again with the latest DC movie.
It's
Spoiler
his
alert.
fault. Leave the goddamn timeline alone. Stop.
Yeah.
Just
Hey,
sit your ass down
hey, no.
somewhere.
Hey, nah, it was Constantine who sent them on the last one. I don't know if y'all caught that. Constantine was like, you know what to do, mate.
Mate,
Like,
you know what to do.
like, and then he sent them off running. Like, that poor man, dude. Hey, and you know what?
Hey.
They really touch on it in that's what she said. What was the movie? What comic run was it? Heroes in Crisis. That was
Anything with
kind of the whole
crisis in the
premise.
title, they messing with the whole
Yeah,
timeline.
yeah. Heroes in Crisis. They really deal with the issue of multiple flashpoints and whatnot, and retconning lives and the real fallout of it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So
So
crossing over from DC to Marvel, because I told y'all Marvel had a couple spots on this little list that we got here, right? This one is more about contrast than actual really dark origins, but it's just real different. Um, so you know, Marvel, y'all know Disney owns Marvel now, right? But they didn't always. But this not the first time. The time we seeing now that we in, that we think is unprecedented, it's not the first time that they've been back and forth the way they back and forth now. What do I mean by that? I mean, do y'all remember a little cartoon um by the name of Big Hero 6? I'm sure we
I
all
never watched the cartoon. The movie was great.
I'm sure we all have an understanding of what this little team is, right? So I'm just on the wiki, just kind of floating around. This right here, this is what Baymax looks like. This is the Baymax everybody knows. If somebody says Baymax, all the kids is gonna see this in their head, right? Um, I'm gonna show y'all what Baymax actually looks like. Okay, so this is the team too, right? All right, so I'm gonna show y'all what Baymax actually looks like. Give me a quick little second here.
Just be honest with me. Does the black man die in the Marvel version of Big Hero 6?
Yeah, that's Baymax.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. This was a
Oh.
Marvel comic.
Baymax looks like a buff Asian
Bodyguard, mobster, gangster, like Yakuza member with a bowler hat on.
he damn it, why can't I think of his name?
This is also Baymax.
He looks like, real talk, he looks like a buff Asian Fisk.
Oh, he kind of do. Oh snap! It's the
Yeah.
suit and the hat, ain't it?
Uh-huh.
Yep. That's also Baymax. Yeah, he transformed. It's not just that he a big swole bodyguard dude. That's not enough. This is
He's
also
the thing.
Baymax.
See,
Yeah,
why didn't we get this version?
because Disney. Because Disney. I
See, this
wonder if
is
we got any
cool.
more. We don't. And
Did they do an animated series with this at all, or was it all just comic book?
it was all comics. And they had a couple different runs of it too. I think they did another one in like 2000. Let me see. Actually, let me go back and find
See,
out from the source.
it's funny because Disney is constantly remaking dark origin stuff into like kid friendly. I mean, you look at all the Disney princess stories, all of the
All the
all they
fairy
are grim
tales.
tales. Yeah, they're all just grim tales retold for families. I mean, most people know that, and if you don't know, I mean, everything from Hansel and Gretel, like they was really chopping kids up. I believe it was in Rapunzel that she was blinded, or was it that old boy was blinded and something the cur? Yeah, it just all type of craziness.
All
Or
types of
like,
crazy stuff.
was it Cinderella, the feet getting cut off to fit into the shoe, and
This was the
all type of
2006 remake.
see. That looks like a mix of
This is the original. Hero,
wow.
Baymax, Honey Lemon. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention that freaking Silver Samurai from X-Men was a part of the team. Yeah.
Was this Silver Samurai's origin?
No. No, this is just
Okay.
a step in the whole way. It's just a part of the story. And I want to say this is after the whole Wolverine thing.
Uh
Yeah, this was after that part that we. This is after that. It just happened to. I forget why he joined the team. I knew at some point, but I wasn't super thorough with the Big Hero 6 comics.
so is old boy's brother alive in this one? Or is
Mm,
that pretty much the same situation? And why do you know all this? We gotta really sit back and go through like
Cause I never watched the movie and I wanted to catch up before Kingdom Hearts 3 came out because I knew Big Hero 6 would be in it.
got it.
And so yeah, I kind of did a little crash course before this all came through.
See,
LeBron said
okay.
Cubics. Yeah, it kind of reminded me of Cubics, only it didn't suck.
Hey, no lie. Looking at this comic book cover, it reminds me of what was that damn Rival Schools?
Ooh,
Yeah, that's he looked like the main character from Rival Schools.
yeah. If you ain't play Batsu, you ain't know what you was doing.
Man, hands were
But yeah, look
thrown
at
on PlayStation.
how big that change is. How you go from this right here with this kid to this right here with Izzy from Digimon.
Digimon, Digital Monsters. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm still stuck on the coked out female Ninja Turtle.
Oh, you seen her?
I'm looking at the picture, bro. Like she's struggling. She was rough. They
So
didn't-
I didn't have a whole
I
lot to
feel
say.
like they didn't blink.
The weird part is they did. It was weirder that
They
they did.
blinked.
It was weirder.
Oh
But you
god.
know the animatronics, the whole faces did the whole. Yeah, they still had that.
Oh man, it's like a bad episode of a bootleg Muppets.
Okay, so
Oh,
I only brought up Big Hero 6 briefly because it was just I don't know a whole lot about it, but I thought the contrast between what they started as and what they turned into was just a bit much. Um, but we got another one. We got another one to talk about.
do it.
Okay, so let me see if I can find. I can't. I'll just drop the wiki page over here. Blow. Men in Black, y'all. Y'all know what this
Yep.
is. Agent J, Agent K. The Galaxy Defenders. Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones. The Noisy Cricket. Don't push the little red button. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Everybody has a good idea of what Men in Black is. From the very first movie all the way up until Valkyrie and Thor saved the world for the last time, right? Okay.
Mm.
So,
Why did I don't I keep going. Keep going.
everybody knows all the aliens from the pug that's currently hiding out at Barron House right now.
Yeah, he in a crate right now.
To the little
Farting.
worms right here. Edgar the Giant Roach, the Balchinian, some of y'all's favorite.
Yep.
Yeah. So the whole thing, I'm gonna tell y'all the differences between what this right here is and what the old one was. Because we all know in the back of our heads, at least, that this is actually based on real life urban legends, right? We all know on
Sure.
some level this is actually based on things that we say about the real life government, right? Okay.
Blue Book.
Just, hold on to that in the back of your heads. But so as if y'all remember, there was also a cartoon, right? both the cartoon that they had, and the movies that we know of can all be considered family friendly. And at first glance, you would also think the comics are. Give me a second. I'll go ahead and pull those up for you so you can follow along and see what the hell I'm talking about. These are the comics. This is what the first issue looks like.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it gets a little different, don't it?
Hey yo, that's kind of well, damn.
Yeah, let's take a look at the cover from the second issue. I just want you to get the gist of what it is we getting into. Okay, it won't pop up yet. Oh, cool. I'll just take the time.
Cause it's too suspicious.
Too spicy. It's too suspicious.
Hey,
it's too suspicious.
hey, stop. Hey, no, real talk though. But
We good.
are we back? We back?
I don't see us on here yet, but according to this, we good.
Oh, we back? Yeah.
Good. Right back after these
I was
words
singing
from
the
our
YouTube
sponsors
Frozen
that we don't
video.
have. Let it go.
Let it go. Let it go.
Wow, we back. We bike. All right, cool. So, I'm just gonna run down a few of the major differences between the Men in Black that we know and love and the Men in Black that we ended up with. Yeah, I gotta take a deep breath on this one. Okay, so first, this ain't this ain't what we think it is. Like, you know, the buddy cop comedy thing. Yeah, this ain't that. Cause keep in mind, for one, Agent J is white. Like this is not the same Agent J. I hope I can find this character somewhere and pull it up so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Characters, agents, Agent J. Cool. See, internet's so wonderful.
Dude, why everything that came out of the '90s was just so damn.
Like,
yeah, I got you.
They sent the email today like, hey, we think we got it fixed. We hope so. Apparently not. Get your shit together, Spectrum. But I'll call about it and whine about it tomorrow. Hopefully,
like, we can't get to it.
Hopefully, you know, shit stay right. You know, we only got so much more to go. It's not like we got that much more to talk about. I'm just, you know,
I'm gonna stand like this the rest of the time,
man, because y'all trying to. I think they trying to hold us. Okay, so, how Agent J ended up getting into it. I know we all know the story. He was NYPD. I mean, he would knock your punk ass down, right? Okay, so, he was just the best of the best of the best. He went through and he wanted to.
I'm mad at the movie references.
He wanted to be recruited, so he went through and he, you know, took all the tests and stuff. He didn't shoot any of the aliens on the thing. He shot the little girl because the little girl, there's no way she could be walking around that alley by herself. Turns out he was right, and as it comes down to it, the Men in Black were basically like TSA, right? Okay, so not so in the comics. They basically put him in the trunk and kidnapped him and was like, no, you gonna work for us. And without his knowledge, they basically faked his death, faked all his records, all the stuff that you see they did with his consent in the movie. Yeah, they did it against his will in this. Also, another major difference between the comics and the movies, the technology. Now, while they did have neuralizers, that was probably the first little bit of technology that they got because they abused the shit out of it. There was a lot of collateral damage. There was a lot of innocent lives lost. There was a lot of that, a lot of the nonsense, right? And yeah, they need to prevent it. They just need to make sure they erased everybody's memory when it was all said and done. The Series 4 Deatomizer and the Noisy Cricket and the other big weird guns that we know about that blow holes and shit. Yeah, they just use regular guns. That's it.
I read ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I read ahead. So the part that got me is they didn't just deal with alien life.
They barely dealt with aliens. They might have seen aliens twice in the whole run.
Oh, they literally was out here playing Supernatural.
Yeah, that was the Winchesters, basically. Yeah, so they dealt with werewolves and junk, like anything paranormal, supernatural, anything that they didn't want the general public to know about. So sometimes it was just people. like straight up weird people. With nothing else twisted or weird about it other than they didn't want everybody to know about whatever the hell it is they had going on. They basically just held secrets for the government and would murder anybody that found out about it. There was no moral code. There was no policing, just elimination. They weren't the police of anything. It was just it, straight up. Like you getting murdered. Yeah, that's the Men in Black. That's where we got them from.
Bro, do you know they have a role playing game, a tabletop that uses the D6 system?
No. Dang.
Look at bro. This is stupid. I don't know if I would want to play a tabletop game that has Will Smith on the cover of it.
They got some shit called Men in Black Retribution.
What is this? How did we miss all of these games?
How did we fall so far from God's grace?
Man, we just out of his light. But look, I'm telling you. Now, you know what's even creepier? I like when it comes like rolling this over into video games. Now, I like looking at stuff like dystopias. Like things that started off really fucking good, like on paper, like just this grand idea that went to shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the first thing that came to mind was Bioshock. Of course, we talked about Resident Evil, I want to say a lot last week, but that one kind of, what is it? The Road to Hell was paved with good intentions, which is one of the dopest gun names ever. And they named a gun Good Intentions on Netflix. Oh, not Netflix, on Destiny. But Bioshock, you had the whole get down was this utopia where you had everything you could possibly need. Oh, what up, Phoenix?
Hey, Phoenix, what's happening? Oh, you missed all the good stuff already.
Yeah,
but pull up a chair. A good comfy one.
Right, because right now we're just oh yeah, I know which way you voted. but no, so it's the 1960s and you got this like dystopian screw up world city built underwater, and rich Caucasian people just went crazy with power. That's what happened.
Yeah.
That long story short, that's what happened. You got a couple psycho doctors down there experimenting on people. Voted for Ted Cruz. Oh God. Oh, look, don't even get me started. Hey, how y'all clown that man to coming back to Texas? Did he make it back? Because he sure left y'all. He was like,
I just know if I see him or Crazy Legs, it's going down. If I see either one of them in public, let me shut up. I'm just playing because I know y'all trying to.
Done. Oh, so look, so you got this place called Rapture. You should have known it was gonna go bad when you called something
literally
Rapture.
Called Rapture.
And
it's underwater. I mean,
yeah, okay. I don't think there was very many black people down there. Because I know for me, the glass would have to be about as thick as my house in order for me to feel even remotely confident.
Oh no,
enough
it really
to
wasn't.
go down.
I looked. I've searched for that stuff.
No, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
and you see how they treated black people in the one in the sky.
In the sky. Ooh. Hey, time frame wise, that's around the same period, isn't it?
Is it?
Infinite Rapture and what is it called in the sky?
I can't remember.
What's it called? I can't either. But long story short, you had this utopia where everything you needed was there, and then all of a sudden you introduced this stuff called Adam, which all of a sudden gave people powers, and I don't know why on earth you would want to give people powers.
Why would you take
underwater
people, like the type of people that would go to Rapture? And if you want to know what the type of people that would go to Rapture is, look up Ayn Rand. If you want to know the type of people that would go to Rapture, look up a book called Atlas Shrugged. If you want to know the type of people that would go to Rapture, with those types of people, why would you give them anything to feel like they have any kind of genetic superiority? Why would you
Oh
give
my
white people
god.
anything that make them feel like they have genetic superiority? Because we know
Oh
what
my
happens
god.
when that. Let's just leave that there and put that in a box and that inside of another box and mail it to
Yeah.
ourselves. And when we get there, smash it with a hammer. Let's just put that
Yeah.
there. For two,
And,
why would you
yeah.
take those same people and isolate them so far away from the rest of the world that they think they're not a part of it?
That part. And then you're not you don't get held to the same rules anymore because you're no longer part of a society that's look, we are a society. No, we live in a society. No, but like it just rich, power hungry people with telekinesis and pyrokinesis. That alone should be the big like what the hell. But no, you built this big future, you get everybody drunk, you put alcohol, you got women, you got drugs, you got superpowers, and
Plastic
it just
surgery
falls
just
to
because
shit.
it's Tuesday.
And then it just
That's the
falls to shit.
standard. Perfection is the standard. Imagine going
Yep.
somewhere where perfection is the standard, but you don't get to determine what perfection actually is.
Nope. And you go down there and it goes to hell because it was a takeover. Of course, it was a coup. I don't know how you coup a governmentless city, but there was a coup, and it just went really bad. And that's usually how a lot of these things go. Like, oh, we're gonna build a super society. Things are gonna be great. You're not gonna want for anything. And yeah, get down here. And then all of a sudden, oh, the food rations went bad. The water filter went down. There's only one good water filter, and it's sitting up on the top floor. And we need to get to that water filter because he's not giving us enough. He gets to take showers while we have to take bird baths. And and then boom, revolution. And then all of a sudden
Revolution.
you fighting, and then now everybody got superpowers. They throwing flame balls and kamehamehas and mental wave blast.
Speaking of
And
everybody
now,
getting superpowers at random, just giving the wrong people superpowers. While we on that subject,
and then they put a paywall behind it. Remember, you had to have enough money to get superpowers.
while we're on that subject, I got one more for y'all. Since
Good.
we having a whole, IP intermission, IP intermission. After this intermission, I have another IP. But right now, y'all remember this good-natured, light-hearted comedy by one of the most good-natured, light-hearted people, played by one of the most good-natured, light-hearted people you ever did see? Y'all remember this right here? Yeah.
About beats.
Chicken boom, chicken boom, chicken boom.
That
Yeah.
was my jam.
So we all know the Mask. We all know his powers basically turned him into a cartoon character. Anything you might have seen from Tex Avery, anything you might have seen from it's basically they basically just took Roger Rabbit and put it in, took Roger Rabbit, gave him a little Viagra, and threw him into the real world, right? That's what that was. Yeah, that's not how that started. This mask right here that we know and love as Jim Carrey originated as this mask right here.
Oh man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, so
So he was the mobster.
he was the Joker with superpowers.
Oh.
Yeah, imagine that. Okay, so Stanley Ipkiss, the Stanley Ipkiss that we know right here, played by Jim Carrey, was he was mild mannered, broke, single, and basically when he got the mask, he decided to take his revenge in the form of mischief, which makes sense because the mask literally belonged to Loki, right? It contains the power of Loki, right? One of those powers being immortality, for the most part. Yeah, his hijinks was different from the other. So he pull out weapons, he pull out guns and whatnot, and he would shoot people with them, and a flag would come out that said "bang." He pulled out weapons and just ended up covered in your blood. He was also very what's the word I'm looking for? Abusive to the one person he had in his life that cared about him. He was all about going out and murdering everything that disrespected him when he didn't have powers, and kind of murdering everything that didn't if he felt like if it was in his way, if it suited him. So let me go and actually read just a little excerpt. The mask is the name given to the arcane magical item in the shape of a mask. And the entity that results from a person wearing the mask. The first person to adopt the identity of the mask after wearing the item for the first time was Stanley Ipkiss, and he has also become known as the most relevant owner of the mask. However, the mask has been used by several others. Most of these people not often recognized as the mask. The mask was created by a Dark Horse pause. Dark Horse Comics is exactly what it sounds like. Most of what they have is pretty messed up.
Yeah.
Um, Pretty messed up. Hopefully, I can find. Give me a second. Let's see if we can figure out. I'm looking.
What gets me is them big ass teeth.
Mhm.
God, man. Let me. Oh, dude.
Oh no, he was a complete psycho.
He was a psychopath.
A complete psycho. I'm trying to see if I can find like a couple of his weird.
He was wearing
feats.
army fatigues all day. Oh, and then he would keep an eye on the news for anyone who deemed deserving of his brand of justice. Compiles a kill list of anyone that's wronged him. He deserved, including one guy who deserved to die for owing him $60, and becomes verbally and oh God, God, oh. So
Yep.
he goes by the name Big Head. What?
That's also what she said.
Hey, and the Cuba beat.
Chicky boom, boom,
It's
chicky
the-
boom, boom, chicky boom. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
way different from what we remember, right?
Now, how do you see? This is what I got to figure out, and what I want to know. How do you even pitch this idea? Like, of course, it worked out. It was great. Love the movie, classic. But how do you like? Oh, where'd you come up with the idea? Well, actually, I didn't come up with the idea. Here's the comic. So we got to go get the rights for this. Like, could you imagine going to the writers and like, hey, so you know this murderous, angry vigilante villain, anti-hero guy you got here in Ipkiss? Well, we want to take him, keep his name, keep the look, but we want to sell it to kids and family members. Like, how?
I mean, it makes sense, kind of, but if you hadn't showed me the new stuff first, I wouldn't have got it. It wouldn't have made sense.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, how did it get across? Like, clearly somebody owed somebody a favor, because I don't know if I'd have been down for this. Like, what? Like, you want to do what?
Yeah,
You want to put this where?
yeah. That's also what she said.
Man, preach. And can't who was in it?
Yeah. What up with
Chakalaka.
Chakalaka? You know what? This is just stuff that be floating around in the back of my brain. I'll come to Baron and be like, "Hey, we should do a show about blah 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 blah," and then here we go.
Yep.
And we ranting
And that's
about
why.
nonsense for an hour.
And talking about how big the mask teeth are.
Man, he
Out
got some
there.
Steve Harvey teeth.
Bro, he definitely out there offering hysterectomies part time. Like it just
Yeah.
like,
Yep.
I
Sure
was just saying, like, damn, them big ass teeth, man. And I wonder, did Jim Carrey keep those teeth? Like, it's like for every 2 or 3 of my teeth is one tooth. Like, he got them veneers
They did give
somewhere.
him some big. Hold up.
Yeah, them, bro. He has. I swear, he had like 8 teeth in his whole mouth. Like,
Yeah. So he, you know that he killed the dude. You remember in the movie, right? You remember
Yeah.
his car was really was done for, right?
yes.
So in the comic, he takes his car to the shop, and they try to get over on him, and he takes the muffler. I mean, the whole muffler, and shine it up real nice, turn it sideways, and yeah, if you watch wrestling, you know where that's going.
He doesn't do the LL Cool J, does he?
That's how he murders him. He Ving Rhames the shit out of him. He Ving Rhames in Pulp Fiction. That's how he died. That's one of his most notable murders in the comics.
Oh, Oh,
Yeah, it started out really messed up.
like how, like,
Yeah.
and then he does it all with them big ass teeth. Like, bro, could
Mhm.
you imagine? Like, hey, you know what?
One
He
big eye,
actually
one
in
little
the
eye, like
comic,
Forrest Whitaker. Like, yeah.
bro, he actually looks like a bootleg offshoot of the Hulk, like the Hulk's like crackhead cousin, and with them big ass teeth. It's the
Mm.
teeth, bro. That shit is scary as hell.
Oh, they did a DC crossover with the Joker.
So who's worse?
The Joker with the powers, I guess. Um, I
That's a
know I
good
seen it
point.
somewhere.
He
I
said
probably
he
don't
took.
need to pull it up. I probably shouldn't. That's probably a bad
Nah, yeah, I that yeah, don't.
idea.
Hey, hey, but real talk though, like it's nuts how much stuff is like passed in front of us as happy go lucky. I mean, even the stuff I show my kids, like if I told my kids about all the real origin stories from, I mean, hell, Mulan uh to freaking Pocahontas, like we can go down the list, and it's Cinderella, Hansel and Gretel. Even though even the kiddie version of Hansel and Gretel is still kind of jacked up. Like, you got some old lady out there feeding kids and cooking them. Like, I don't know how you soften that up. Like it
Yeah.
really.
Well, when you kids, it's either going stuff as kids, things are going to either really terrify you out of your mind or be fascinating. One or the
All you had to do was put the mask down, CJ.
other. What is this though? You see this? Yeah.
That looks like CJ wearing the mask.
All you had to do.
Little Max,
Oh, I
Abe
forgot.
Sapien.
Freaking Hellboy was a part of this. Dark
Ah, that
Horse.
Abe.
Yeah. Unless
I
I'm
was like
tripping.
Abe Sapien. I was like, why does it sound familiar?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because
You
it's
really forget
Abe.
that he's got his own comic series, huh? Hellboy just took all the shine.
That big ass pistol. That's what she said.
Oh, um, look, man, I got
Go
one
for it.
more in the chamber for this whole group. So, do y'all want to talk about that, or do y'all want to Actually, let's see what Chocolate can talk about. He almost asked us to guest on his podcast next Thursday night. Will we have been available just for shits and giggles? Also, don't be jealous because he asked Floor Hugger first and she said yes. You know what? Hell no. Should have asked us first.
Wait, what happened? Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Nah, he
I don't
said
play second.
right. I don't play second fiddle to no. I don't play fiddle at all because I know it's a bad connotation.
I'm
Mm-mm,
second fiddle.
mm-mm.
I'm definitely down to Georgia.
I was in every band in school, every band. Wasn't playing fiddle or violin
No,
or viola or nothing that even looked like a goddamn fiddle.
he said the viola. See,
Hey,
oh
I'm just messing
god,
with you, Chocolate man. You know we mess with you. I'm
always,
just,
man.
I'm just fucking with
He said I didn't know who to ask first.
you. And plus, that being said, Hugger's probably infinitely more professional than I am. So, you made the right choice. But yeah,
And entertaining.
I'm. I know it's only so much balance between entertainment
Yeah,
and
you know,
professionalism.
like, I gotta throw a couple f bombs in there to be funny.
I mean, you can have one of us on one week, the other one on the next week, the other one on the next week. Trevor had Fame and Hugger both on. He just pick one week, pick the other the next week.
And I'm just I'm let me see.
Yeah, but I'm with it. Just let me know when you talking about, and I'll make sure I can make it. That said,
I can't read.
that's, that's a funny thing to say right now.
It really is.
Especially after I just made that little allusion to slavery. Like, whew.
Oh god.
Oh, actually, I got a couple quick panels from the mask so we can talk about how much more dark it is. This is one of the first little, yeah.
Damask. Very macabre.
And then the one we just saw, and then this is the actual transformation into the Mask from Stanley Ipkiss, who he already looked like he got some issues. He looked like
Damn.
Bobby Hill grew up and didn't know how to act after that. Tommy gun. Oh, they actually kept that scene from the comics. I mean, yeah, they actually kept that scene from the comics to the movie. Them teeth. Why his nose so little but his teeth so big?
That bro, that's what I'm telling you. Them big ass teeth.
Cause he got a regular nose, even if it do look like a.
This dude got 8x11 teeth. Like this dude out here running his teeth through printers. I'm telling you, man. I just like it's uncomfortable.
There it is.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah, a real thing. It's a real thing that actually happened.
There's so many crossovers that like people wouldn't believe unless you just seen it. Like just talk. Like if you would have just talked to me about that, I'd have been like, I could see it happening, but nah, no way. And then boom. And then here, this must be like superhero mask.
Oh yeah, this is like you know they made a
good
cartoon
after the movie. Yeah.
They made a cartoon after the movie, and then they had a comic of the cartoon. So yeah, he said he remember seeing. Oh, you know what? Death Battle go hard. They got a little weird, you know, in their later years, but Death Battle was cool. All right, so I got one more in the back of my head. Really, I just took a few that I could just remember off the top of my head. And made like a little list. But
And he's checking in twice.
I checked it twice. So before I go to this next one, let me make sure I got a good Oh, they're making a Netflix series? Oh y'all, it's finna go down. Now, okay, so this show was just a tad after my time. Just a little bit after my time. But my favorite cousin, the one that I hung out with the most, used to really, really watch this a whole lot. And, you know, my little cousin was watching it, so I was going to watch it too. Y'all remember Nickelodeon had a little show by the name of Invader Zim?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It was a pretty good show. All things considered, Nickelodeon don't usually miss. This is around the time Danny Phantom was super popular. This is around the time, you know, all the stuff like that was kicking off. Invader Zim, if you ask me, was among the best of them because it was a little quirky. The art style was different. There was just something about it I couldn't quite put my finger on. It felt really familiar, right?
Do you remember the Germ episode?
Do I?
Oh boy. Oh boy really like realized how dirty everything was.
Oh, I do remember.
Like, and he was like lost his mind worrying about germs. And he completely lost his shit. Like he was like rubbing his skin on. Like it was crazy. It was heavy.
So, you know how crazy that was and how heavy that was to you? So the oddness of it, the oddity of it, the borderline maturity of it, the immature maturity of it, because it was all jokes and fun, but it was like borderline crude, like too crude, almost, and I couldn't quite put my finger on what that was, right? Until I thought back to my own childhood. So in middle school, 7th grade, I want to say, I had this homegirl who we never really became friends like early on. Mind you, I'm from where I'm from, right? And I hadn't really met people like her at this time. She was a white girl, obviously, but she was a goth, and I'd never met a goth before, right? And the true story. 7th grade, I'd never met a goth before, or 6th grade, I never met a goth before, right? And so, but everybody used to like mess with her, and one of my pet peeves is bullying people. Like, don't bully nobody around me. So, long story short, I got on somebody's ass for getting on her ass. Pause. And after that, she got cool with me. Like, she would like, talk to me, and she wouldn't talk to nobody else. Okay, cool. So we talking, we shooting shit. Turns out she a nerd, I'm a nerd. We like nerd shit. So we shooting the shit about comic books and stuff, and she tells me, "Hey, have you ever heard of Johnny the Homicidal Maniac?" I'm like, "What?" Yeah, let me put y'all on where Invader Zim actually came from. So back in the gap, there was a comic called Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. Check that art style. That look familiar to you? Yeah. How about that? That one big
Oh,
eye,
damn.
one little eye look. That look a little familiar to you? Does it now make a
Oh.
little sense how everything can be really grotesque in Invader Zim sometimes?
Oh, so this dude really just turned to. He was like, "Hey, kids may like this if we just do this."
He took what he did with a comic called Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, which was exactly what it sounds like. And I do mean exactly what it sounds like. Let me Johnny C, also known as Knee. Yep. He took the knee
Oh,
and not the John. Um is the protagonist of Jonan Vasquez's first comic, Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, who makes a cameo appearance in the rest of his work. Now, Nee is a deranged serial killer, mass murderer, and spree killer who interacts with various other characters, generally by murdering or torturing them. That's just the first sentence in the summary of who he is. Yeah, so if the name didn't tell you enough, Johnny the Homicidal Maniac is where Invader Zim came from. Clearly, you can see that in the art style. Um, so this little kid right here, let's see, you see this little dude right here, who actually ended up living on in Invader Zim, right here.
oh, damn! He paid homage to his old. See, I like when they do stuff like that. When you do little nods.
So this is Squee. His that's not actually his name. It's just that after murdering his parents, Johnny asked him what his name was, and all he could do was make a little squeak sound and not even finish the sound for obvious reasons. Um, yeah, y'all. Welcome to the birth of Invader Zim. What happened? Something happened?
Yeah, I kind of got it.
Woo. You know what, y'all? All right, so all right, y'all. It's getting real. I'm gonna let y'all know two things we like to do before we leave here because I kind of got to do it. I'm gonna make this pretty quick. Um, First thing we like to do before we call it a night, before we do our thing, is we like to put y'all on to somebody that we haven't seen before yet, a new creator, and this one is a dope one. I can't remember the name of the creator, so I'm just gonna put y'all on to the property. Y'all check this out. This is Monarchs. Um,
Monarchs. We need
Basically,
a we need a fanfare button.
we do. We gotta find something like that. Look, man. As you can see, all the comics are actually up. Zoom and Boom Entertainment, all the comics are actually up for sale. But I want to put y'all on to a little bit of this artwork. Look, I don't want to super hold you. Like I can close it out on my own if you just really need to take off like that.
No. It's all good. No,
Y'all don't want to just
no, we here.
But y'all look, I'm just gonna put y'all on to some of the art. This is Jakari, the main character. Y'all know me. Y'all know where I be at. So, we pull up as much of the black stuff as possible, and the characters, most of the characters, are based off of not most of the characters, but there's a chunk of the characters that's based off of celebrities, singers, artists, all of those types of things. I'm not really even gonna give you a synopsis. If you want to know what's up, here's the art. You know what to expect. It's definitely as close to shonen as American stuff can get. Um, but if you want to know the story, you can clearly see what it's inspired by. You'll know, you can tell by the art and the clear inspiration whether or not you'll like it. Just pull up. It's called Monarchs. The site we're on right now is called monarchscomic.com.
I like the eyebrows. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Man, for them, yeah. Clearly inspired by stuff like Dragon Ball, by Naruto, uh, by all the great shonen anime that we love so much. Hunter x Hunter, stuff of that nature. Look, you can see, you can just see the quality dripping off the page. That kind of look a little,
Splinter Cell.
yeah. You can see, man, you can see the quality dripping off the page. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh, is that All Might? Yeah, but yeah, the point I'm making is they really do their thing. I figured all I have to do is actually just show you the art, and you can tell they get busy. And like it's
Definitely worth a look, guys.
that's why I'm
Seriously.
not even talking about it so much. Like it really, really speaks for itself. Monarchs
Oh,
comic,
see that meditate one was clean.
real clean. Monarchscomic.com, y'all. You could,
I need TV shows from them.
you know who this based off of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
TLC.
So y'all
And
don't
the
go
Powerpuff
chasing waterfalls. Listen to you know who she's based off of too. I mean, they probably could have put like the hair on one side on one of the eyes or whatever, but
I got you.
yeah. But if your girl only knew,
That
that's
beat was
it, y'all.
slapping.
Before we get
It's
out of here,
time for us to leave.
you alone. Hey, I may or may not pop back up. I don't know. We'll see. I kind of feel like streaming, but at the same time, y'all, I done had a hell of a weekend. Or a week. The weekend is really just starting, but y'all, we've been under an iceberg, so I don't know. But I do want to hang out with y'all, so you know we'll see what's up. That said, there's one more thing we like to do to add a little bit of value to the community before we get up out of here. Y'all, they had a Mortal Kombat trailer. I flipped Mortal Kombat. There's no samples in it, but you can clearly tell where I was going with it. So you know, man, we appreciate
Now
y'all.
he's saying it like it ain't no big deal. This man made this whole everything you're about to hear. He did beat by beat, cadence by he did it from scratch. Like there's no when he says no sample, he make it sound like it's no big deal. No. This beat is sick. He flipped a dope one, and it's not even a flip. He made a dope beat. It can't be a flip because he didn't flip anything. But
Sorry,
I'll shut up.
But you know, we appreciate y'all coming through, man. Hopefully, y'all pull up on me if I stream sometime soon. And if I do, it will be sometime soon because I ain't trying to be up all night. That said, we appreciate y'all coming through, man. This has been episode 15, level 15. We appreciate y'all leveling up with us, man. We now you know Thundara now, I guess. What level you learned Thundaga at? I don't know. Cool. Appreciate y'all, man. Peace.
Bring up your